Been about 5 years since we first learned the infection was spreading across the country. X-pox, they called it. You know you've caught it when X-shaped sores start covering your body. Within 24 hours, organ failure and death ensued. It's a miracle Jeff and I have been able to survive this long. Jeff's been my best friend since high school. 10 years ago, we bought 20 acres of land in the middle of buttfuck nowhere and built our houses within 5 acres of each other. They called us Doomsday Preppers. We were taunted for years, but look at us now. We've been living off our rations since it started. Unfortunately, my supply will only last me about 3 more years. But hey, 60 years of life is plenty for me. Jeff and I made a pact that wouldn't share our supplies with each other. I'd never burden him like that. With 20 acres, we don't get many visitors. Once in a while, a poor fellow would come begging for help. We had a security system, so none of these visitors were unexpected. We were well armed if we felt they were a threat. There was a protocol for these folks. Since there weren't very many, we took care of them. We'd leave them for 24 hours in Jeff's shed until we were certain they weren't infected. We promised to feed them a meal and give them enough well water to last them 2 days. Jeff sent them on their way with the understanding that we would not be so friendly if they returned. Jeff took care of most of this. It was a hassle for me to walk across 5 acres to check on them at my age. I chipped in some food, but I couldn't spare much at all. Usually just canned chicken and crackers. It had been a month since our last visitor, and I'd been waiting 90 minutes for Jeff at the halfway point to give him my share. He told me earlier that morning that he may be late. Had to check on the solar panels. He said 30 minutes at the most. The poor fucker had been in the shed long enough I just decided to head over. Jeff left me spare keys in case something bad ever happened. I unlocked the shed, gun loaded. Couldn't take any chances. But when I opened the shed, the guy was nowhere to be seen. I moved forward, my foot landing in something wet. Looking down in horror, there were several pools of blood below me. To the left, there were 4 large freezers. I slowly cracked them open, nearly vomiting. Some were filled with butchered arms, legs, and ribs. Others had neatly packaged containers labeled Dinner 410, Lunch 411. I heard footsteps behind me. Jeff looked at me sheepishly. I ran out of rations a year ago. I didn't know what to do.